Hi everyone, my name is Jeff. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Nice to meet you all. I've gone to a hospital a few times. I'm actually scared of doctors, but when you're sick, you have no other choice. Well, when you go to a hospital in Canada, you actually should have something very bad with you. If someone has a cold or is just not feeling well, instead of going to the hospital, people usually go to the pharmacy. The pharmacies in Korea and Canada are much different. If you go to the pharmacy in Canada, you're able to get all different types of medicine without a prescription. Well, something that surprised me, much different from the Canadian medical system, is that there are all different types of hospitals in Korea, and each little hospital is devoted to a specific type of treatment. Actually, the word hospital doesn't really translate very well. Hospital, in more of a North American sense, it would be like a daepyeongwon. So this would be somewhere where you'd go when you're absolutely sick or you need a quick medical treatment. Mostly Koreans say hospital when actually they would probably mean doctor's office. This is where you'd go if you have minor flu or minor sicknesses or something hurt. There you would also get specific small treatment depending on where you're hurt or sick in your body. Another difference is in Canada, everyone receives free medical care. So everyone has free health insurance. That means that anyone can attend a hospital and get free treatment no matter how sick they are or injured they are. Because of this, when you do have a minor cold or flu, you would probably have to wait in the waiting room for about 2 hours or so because you would also be going to your family doctor or you would have to make an appointment. Again, if you go to one of the large emergency hospitals and you have a minor wound that you don't have to go to the ER for, you're still waiting in that waiting room for a long time until one of the doctors can see you. Normal people would have to wait in the waiting room. If it was a broken arm, go to the x-ray room, get the x-ray, wait for a doctor or someone to then look at the x-ray to see what problem is, and they would be told to go to the next room where they would wait some more. Then another doctor that specialized in bone setting and cast would come. He would then look at the x-ray, then apply the cast. In Korea, if you know what your symptoms are or where you're feeling discomfort, you could go to a specialized family doctor right away. If you're having problems with your teeth, you would go to 치과 or eyes, 안과. Or if you have a problem with your bone, you could walk down the street and you could find various doctors that are specialized in certain things. While in Canada, there's a steps and processes you have to go through. Because we do have free medical care, you have to be referred to a specialist if you need it. So the first step is obviously seeing your family doctor. Then the family doctor would write recommendation notes. Also, you would have to then make an appointment. If you do have problems with your back per se, it would probably take a 3-day process to get it. You would have to make an appointment. If your back hurts, then you would make an appointment with the doctor. The next day, your family doctor, the family doctor would look at the problem. Obviously, he's not specialized, he's a general practitioner, so he would refer you to a specialist. So then the next day you would have an appointment. If the specialist had spare time in his schedule, he could see you right away, but that's normally not the case. So you would have to suffer 3 days with a pain. Doctor could give you some painkillers, some anesthetic, just to lighten the burden, but it would take you a couple days to get a straight answer. While in Korea, if you do have problems with your back, you would probably have to only suffer a couple hours, just waiting in the waiting room until you get the doctor. Another interesting, because there's so many hospitals and they're specialized in different types of medical treatment in Korea, you're able to actually just go into the doctor's office and receive treatment at his desk. So you would wait in the waiting room of a Korean medical center, and then once your number was called, then you would go to the doctor's office where he has all the instruments available and you would receive your treatment. However, in Canada, because we have so many people able to go to the hospital freely at one time, doctor's clinic is actually much larger. So people just wait for actually an empty room to be available. Then when their name's called, they wait in the room. Then the doctor will go and visit each room with the symptoms, kind of almost like a waiter in a restaurant. So in a restaurant, you would have a table set, you would be designated to a table, and then once the person's available, you receive the service. I think actually in Korea, just going to the doctor's office is much better because in his office, it could be much larger. He has all the tools. Waiting in Canada, the treatment room is kind of awkward. You're sitting there. The nurse will say, okay, the doctor will be with you in a minute. Please remove your shirt. So you're just sitting there, half naked, and it's kind of cold, and you're like, oh, geez, when is he gonna come? I feel so innocent, I feel so vulnerable. And finally he comes in. It's not that large. It's maybe about a 3 meter by 3 meter room. There's just basically a table, and then on the opposite wall, you would just have like a desk and a mirror and some medical equipment. I hope you enjoyed differences between the Korean medical system and what I was used to in the Canadian medical system. Obviously, there's differences. Korea actually has like a more hands-on, specific, detailed system rather than the Canadian open but free to everyone system. I personally, if I had a choice, because of the more hands-on treatment, would choose the Korean medical treatment. If you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button below. Bye-bye.